Today I'm going to tell you exactly how to spot if you're in a relationship with a wrong woman before she erects your sign number one. She uses sex, silence, or drama to control you. If a woman is controlling you through sex, silence, or drama, you're not in a relationship. You're in a power struggle, and if you don't recognize it, you'll find yourself stuck in a circle of manipulation, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. Some women don't argue, some won't yell, some women don't even tell you what's wrong. Instead, they control you in these three ways. 1, they use sex as a weapon. 2, silence as punishment. And 3, drama as manipulation. Let's break each of them down real quick. So let's talk about when she uses sex to control you. I'm just going to say it. If sex is being used as sex as a weapon, explain a bargaining chip in your relationship. You're already losing. Some women know that men crave intimacy, and they use that to their advantage. I mean, if you do what she wants, she rewards you with affection. If you disagree with her, suddenly she's not in the mood. If you upset her, she needs space, but only until you apologize, even if you weren't wrong. This is manipulation disguised as intimacy. The moment sex stops being about connection and stops being about control, your relationship is pretty much doomed. And don't get it twisted. Real desire comes from mutual attraction and respect, and not from bribery and punishment. Let's talk about she, using silence as punishment. Explain her silence as a weapon. As I said, some women don't yell. They don't argue. They won't tell you when something is wrong. They just go silent. And you know what? That's worse. You text, no response. You call, she ignores it. You ask, what's wrong? Nothing. And suddenly you're chasing her for answers, trying to fix something that she refuses to talk about. This is called emotional withholding. And it's a power move because now, instead of you focusing on what she did wrong, you're too busy begging for her attention. And this is happening even when you did nothing wrong. A woman who truly loves you will communicate, not play childish mind games. Drama as manipulation. Explainer 3, she thrives on drama. You ever dated a woman who can't seem to go 2 days without constantly creating chaos? It's not by accident. That's how she controls you, okay? Some women know that when a man is emotionally drained, he's easier to control. So what will she do? She'll start fights, over nothing, just to keep you off balance. She blows small things out of proportion to guilt trip you. She picks fights right before big events just to keep you in check. The pattern is always the same. She creates a problem, makes you suffer, and then forgives you when she feels like it. Notice how she never actually apologizes. It's always you doing damage control. Pay attention, guys. This is classic manipulation. If she can keep you walking on eggshells, she can keep you under her control. This is dangerous, guys. A woman who plays these games is conditioning you to accept being manipulated. Feel guilty even when you've done nothing wrong, and lose your confidence and sense of control. And the longer you stay in a relationship like this, the harder it is to see just how toxic it really is. There are only 2 ways out of this, if you ask me. 1, you may want to call out that manipulation and refuse to play along the next time she uses sex, silence, or drama to control you. Don't react. Stay calm. Stay composed. Show her she has no power over you. Walk away if she refuses to change. A woman who truly respects you won't try to control you. She'll communicate. She will compromise. She'll show you love without condition. I said it. Sign number 2, she controls. Sign 2, everything, and you let her at first. It might not even seem like a problem. Maybe she just has strong opinions. Maybe she likes things a certain way. Maybe even admire how decisive she is. But then guess what? She started to pick out your clothes. She's telling you who you can and can't hang out with. She's dictating how you spend your free time. She's even deciding when you two are allowed to be intimate. And if you disagree or try to put your foot down, she either guilts you, starts a fight, or withholds affection until you cave. That's pure manipulation, you see. If you allow these, it will slowly strip away your sense of self, and the worst part, this kind of woman will never respect you because deep down she knows that you're not standing your ground. So how do you tell if she's controlling you? It's pretty easy. Number 1, she constantly criticizes your choices. Why are you wearing that? Why would you order that? You actually like that movie? 2, she makes decisions for you without asking. 3, she makes you feel guilty for wanting independence. She'll ask questions like, well, why do you need to spend time alone? Am I not enough? She expects you to agree with her, always. The moment you have your own opinion, she gets offended. 5, she punishes you when she doesn't get her way. Silent treatment, withholding affection, random fighting. If this sounds like your relationship, if you ask me, you have 2 choices. 1 is to start setting boundaries immediately. Tell or no. Stand up for your choices. And let her know that you're not a doormat. 2, walk away before she completely drains your confidence, because that's what's going to be happening, right? Once she sees you as someone she can control, she'll never see you as the man she respects. And without respect, love doesn't stand a chance. Sign number 3, your gut tells you something is off, but you ignore it, so you can't quite put your finger on it, but there's this nagging feeling in your gut telling you something is off, but instead of listening to it, you ignore it, you convince yourself you're overthinking, being paranoid, or just need to trust her more. Guys, your gut is hardly ever wrong. A man who ignores his instincts is a man who walks straight into disaster. Think about it, how many men have stayed in relationships that were clearly toxic because they hoped that things will get better, because they wanted to believe that she was telling them the truth. He feels uneasy, but he stays anyway. He catches her in a lie, but he lets it slide. He keeps making excuses for her every toxic behavior, and then what happens? She disrespects him even more, and by the time he finally realizes the truth, she's already moved on to someone else, leaving him feel used, betrayed, and like a complete fool if you feel uneasy in your relationship. There are 2 possibilities. She's actually hiding something, or number 2, you don't feel safe or valued. Bottom line, if you're constantly feeling uneasy around her, you're either with a liar or a woman who doesn't make you feel secure, and either way, you're with a wrong woman. So what do? Trust your gut and confront her? I'm not saying be aggressive, no need for that, but be direct, ask real questions, and pay attention to her answers and reaction. If she instantly gets defensive, dismisses your concerns, or turns it into a fight, red flag, walk away before you waste more time. Sign number 4, she doesn't. Sign 4, respect you at all. Listen, respect isn't a luxury in a relationship, it's the bare minimum. And if a woman doesn't respect you, then guess what? She doesn't really love you either. A woman can be physically attracted to you, she can enjoy spending time with you, she can even tell you she loves you, right? But if she doesn't respect you, guess what? None of that will matter. Because deep down, she doesn't take you seriously. A relationship without respect is just a slow, painful death. A woman who doesn't respect you won't always come out and say it, but trust me, her actions will expose the truth. 1, she will talk down to you. Yep. Does she constantly correct you, belittle your ideas, or make you feel stupid? Does she mock your interests or goals or the things you care about? Because a woman who respects you will uplift you and not make you feel like a child. If she rolls her eyes every time you speak, if she talks over you when you try to express yourself, if she always has to be right and your opinions don't matter, that's not a partner, it's a dictator in disguise. Let's call it what it is. 2, she embarrasses you in public. No woman who respects her man will make a fool out of him in front of others. Period. Does she make fun of you around her friends? Does she criticize you in public, even over the smallest things? Does she flirt with other men right in front of you just to see how you react? That's not playful, right? That's a test. She's testing how much you will tolerate. She's seeing if you'll check her or just laugh it off and call it a day. And every time you let such behavior slide, you lose a little more of her respect. A woman who respects you will protect your image and not destroy it. Number 3, she doesn't value your time. A woman who respects you will respect your time if she constantly wastes it, cancels on you last minute, or expects you to be available at her convenience but never makes time for you. She's showing you exactly how little you mean to her. Guess what? She doesn't respect you if she doesn't respect your time. Now, imagine what will happen when she thinks that you're fully committed or when you get married. 4, she crosses boundaries and then plays the victim. If she constantly pushes your limits, disregards your values, or does things that she knows makes you uncomfortable, she's not just testing you, she's training you to accept less. If you tell her you don't like disrespect and she keeps doing it, red flag. If you tell her you need space and she makes you feel guilty about it, red flag. If you set a boundary and she laughs it off or calls you sensitive, red flag. It's not love, it's emotional manipulation. And let's be real, if she can't respect the small boundaries now, what do you think? A will happen later, take note. Because deep down, a woman wants to look up to her man. She wants to admire him, but if you let her belittle you, control you, or make a joke out of you, she won't see you as a man, she'll see you as a weak option. She's just tolerating. And guess what? When she sees you that way, it is over, baby. A strong relationship is built on mutual effort, mutual sacrifice, and mutual commitment. It's not one person always chasing, always fixing, always giving, while the other simply takes. Relationships thrive when both partners invest equally in their growth and well-being. When one person continuously carries the weight of the relationship, resentment begins to build. Over time, this imbalance creates emotional exhaustion, leading to frustration and dissatisfaction. Relationships should never feel like an obligation or a duty. It should feel like a partnership where both individuals actively contribute. If you constantly find yourself being the one to initiate conversations, resolve conflicts, or plan time together while your partner remains indifferent, it's a clear indication that the relationship lacks reciprocity. Love is a two-way street, and both partners must be willing to put in the work. The right person will appreciate your efforts, match your energy, and willingly make sacrifices to strengthen the bond you share. A relationship where only one person invests effort is a relationship that will eventually fall apart. Think about the times you've adjusted your schedule, compromised on your wants, or prioritized your partner's needs over your own. Have they done the same for you? If the answer is no, then you are giving more than you are receiving. A truly supportive partner does not take advantage of your kindness but reciprocates it. They will show appreciation, acknowledge your efforts, and ensure that the relationship remains balanced. In a fulfilling partnership, both individuals should feel valued and seen. When one person continuously gives while the other takes without consideration, an emotional disconnect occurs. The giver starts feeling unappreciated, unimportant, and even invisible. Over time, this dynamic fosters feelings of loneliness within the relationship, which is ironic because a relationship is meant to bring connection, not isolation. A partner who genuinely loves and respects you will make sure you don't feel alone in the effort to maintain and nurture your relationship. Love is not about proving yourself or fighting for someone's attention. It is not about doing everything in your power to keep someone who isn't meeting you halfway. It is about shared effort, commitment, and growth. A healthy relationship is one where both partners actively participate in making each other's lives better. When there is mutual respect and equal contribution, the relationship flourishes, leading to long-term happiness and fulfillment. The right partner won't let you carry the relationship alone. They will stand beside you, support you, and put in the same amount of energy and dedication that you do. If you find yourself constantly justifying their lack of effort, making excuses for their inaction, or feeling like you are begging for love and attention, then it's time to reassess. You deserve a relationship where love is freely given, where effort is mutual, and where both individuals are equally invested in the journey. Relationships are built by two, not by one. When love is real, it is never one-sided. Science 6. A strong relationship is built on trust, support, and emotional security. If you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to express your true thoughts and emotions because you fear how your partner will react, that is a sign of an unhealthy dynamic. A relationship should be a safe space where both individuals can openly communicate without fear of judgment, criticism, or retaliation. When you hesitate to be honest, when you second-guess whether your feelings are valid, or when you suppress your thoughts to avoid conflict, it indicates that something is fundamentally wrong. A partner who truly values you will encourage open dialogue even when the conversations are difficult. They will listen with empathy, validate your experiences, and work with you to find solutions rather than dismiss your concerns. However, if your partner constantly invalidates your feelings, makes you feel guilty for expressing yourself, or reacts defensively to even the smallest issues, they are creating an environment where honest communication is impossible. Over time, this leads to emotional exhaustion and self-doubt. You may start to question whether your emotions are too much, or whether you're being unreasonable. This pattern is dangerous because it conditions you to silence yourself, making you feel as though your needs and feelings do not matter. Healthy relationships thrive on emotional security. If your partner makes you feel anxious, uncertain, or afraid of their reactions, it is not a loving or supportive relationship. No one should feel like they have to censor themselves or pretend to be someone they are not just to keep the peace. A strong partnership allows both individuals to express themselves freely, knowing that their words will be met with understanding rather than hostility. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but the way conflicts are handled determines the strength of the relationship. A healthy partner will address disagreements with respect and patience, seeking to resolve issues together rather than assigning blame. On the other hand, if every disagreement turns into a fight, if your partner resorts to personal attacks, or if they dismiss your concerns without resolution, it creates a toxic environment. Constantly being on edge, afraid to speak up, or feeling like you have to choose your battles carefully is a red flag that the relationship lacks emotional safety. You deserve a partner who makes you feel secure, valued, and heard. Love should not come with conditions or emotional manipulation. It should not make you feel like you are constantly walking a tightrope, afraid of tipping the balance. If being in the relationship means sacrificing your ability to be honest, express emotions, or feel safe, then you are with the wrong person. The right partner will make sure that communication is open, that your feelings are respected, and that you never feel like you have to shrink yourself just to keep the relationship intact. Love should be a source of strength and security, not fear and uncertainty. A healthy relationship should uplift you, not drain you. If you find yourself feeling unappreciated, emotionally insecure, or hesitant to express your true self, it's a sign that you are with the wrong person. Love should be built on trust, mutual respect, and open communication, never on control, manipulation, or fear. The right partner will encourage your growth, respect your individuality, and create a safe space for you to be vulnerable. If your relationship is filled with constant doubt, stress, or emotional exhaustion, it may be time to step back and ask yourself whether this is truly the love you deserve. The right relationship will bring out the best in you, not make you question your worth. Choose a partner who values, supports, and nurtures you, because a healthy love should never come at the cost of your happiness and well-being.